Hey guys, and welcome to this week's Tea of the Week, where we look into the coming week between March 14th to March 20th, 2022. Basically, it's like horoscope readings, right? Where we use tea leaves and tarot. We're going from Aries to Pisces, and I will place timestamps below. Remember, these are general readings, so take what resonate with you, leave behind the rest. Never ever force it to fit if it doesn't. And if you like the content, please like the video so I know whether or not I should continue doing these. It's been a while. No, I did one last week. Alright, let's get to it. So we are starting with Aries. What do we have for Aries? Why do I have something as motif? No, it's not. Alright. Aries. Tarot readers on YouTube are not the usual content creators, are they? Anyway, let's see. Aries. Show me Aries. Whoopsie. Aries. Hold on. That was too far away. I need to put it up here. Sorry about that, darlings. Let's see Aries. An arrow. You are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. Finger. Warning you of a problem either now or in the future. An elephant. A long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. And grapes. Time to go out and have fun. I forgot to show these, but this is how they look like. Alright. There you go. Let me pull out the... Oh, whoa. We have a tower. We have a tower here. We're starting. You are on the right path in some aspect of your life, starting with the tower. So this is actually a very exciting energy for you. Are we about to go into your birthday month? Yes, we are, because my brother is an Aries. I have to remember to buy a present. Sorry, sidetrack there. You are on the right path in some regard of your life. It's very exciting, this energy that shows up here, right? You may have to deal with two men this week here. Well, doesn't matter. We have two kings here. I will tell you more about it. But this, whatever it is that you're doing, you're on the right path. Now, remember the inspiration that guides you in that path in the first place. I feel still there's, I don't know, maybe you have your eyes set on something here, right? You are probably very inspiring. I feel as though you were inspiring. You could have leader qualities. Most of you probably have, right? But, and that's very important that you remember that. Because here's the thing. There may be a situation where a person, could be a man, right? That they may show up in a way here where they could be, I don't know, a little lazy or be a little dominating or something like that. Nothing serious, hopefully not. But be mindful here about this man, most likely. So I want to say they don't take you for granted, right? That's just something here. I feel as though there's something here telling you to be mindful of that. But at the same time, it's also kind of like for some of you, it actually could be one of those situations where you may be very passionate about something here, and people see that within you, but be mindful here that people don't take for granted that you will always show up in a particular way, because I feel as though, this probably have something to do with the balance in your life, where people should not take you for granted, basically, and they should not take for granted that just because you're very passionate about something in one moment doesn't mean that you don't need pauses or you need more along the way here, right? I feel as though that's what it's about. That this person here, be mindful that they don't start taking for granted, take you for granted. It's nothing serious though, right? You're on the right path. Feel as though for some of you, it's actually like it's gonna hit you in a way here. That whatever's gonna happen here, you're on the right path. Now, some of you may actually be on the path, something that may happen this week that will guide you in a particular direction where maybe many months forward in the future here, you may actually see that whatever is cooking up for you these days is actually something that may leave you very smart. I feel as though you may actually become more, it's like you're gaining more wisdom. I feel as though something here is happening for you. It's like part of coming into oneself, you know, that when we start reflecting upon the decisions we have made in our lives have led us to where we are right now, and being grateful for it, but at the same time also being wiser from it. That's here, right? And that's where I get here. That's where we come to this. It's time also to go out and have fun. I feel that's where we going back to that about being taken for granted. That it's also important here that you have that balance here. I feel that that's what it's about also, that you may find yourself being passionate in some area of your life, but you may also have multiple interests. And that's something to be mindful of. I feel as though you're coming into a more balanced self. It's like learning from, the experiences that you have, right? That's how we gain wisdom. Wisdom is learned experience. Knowledge is something we can read our way into. Wisdom is when knowledge has been practiced, or just when we have lived through something, faced the consequences of our decisions, and then learned, right? You can't read your way into wisdom. Not per se. That's what we have for you there. And now it's time to Taurus. Have a lovely week, Aries. Got my hair. All right. I look the way I do. It is what it is. At least it's clean. Let's see here. What do we have for Taurus? Taurus. Oh. And we have Three of Pentacles underneath the deck there. What do we have for you, Taurus? We have an elephant. That came out for Aries, and I do shuffle. Aries. Yes, Aries. No, elephant. A long journey will leave you, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. We have a feather. I got this song quickly in my head that she was always like a feather in the air. It's a song anyway. Someone you know is undependable and insincere. That's not what the song is about. It's about someone being adventurous, I believe. But also being easily difficult to grasp, basically. Anyway, we have a tulip, great passion. And we have an archway. New opportunities, possibilities, and paths are opening up. So the elephant comes with Three of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Temperance, and the Hanged Man. There's so much you know that you don't speak about, you don't say. Feels though this has something to do with the way that you teamwork with other people. Could of course also be with a contract. Some of you may find that a contract that you signed may not have been fully transparent, honest, living up to the expectations, I want to say. Sorry, my hair is still wet. So yeah. Some of you may actually be looking for some sort of a new opportunity here, and there are those possibilities that are opening up for you. It's just basically a matter here about looking at the opportunities that are around you. Right? For some of you, yeah, this is something to do with a contract or teamwork, where it's looking at the opportunities for how to engage with this contract, this teamwork, looking for a new one, looking for a way into one particular the way of working together here. And it's, as it says here, it stems from, it's almost like, you know, you have experience that makes you very smart, streetwise almost. No, you're very smart. You learn, right? You learn from your experiences. And maybe for some of you here, you may be faced with a situation where you feel a lot of passion in some situation here, right? You feel the passion, but at the same time, you have the experience to know the passion isn't everything. I don't know if sometimes you block yourself a little, or block yourself. It's not blocking, it's more like taking a step back and reflecting, going all rational on it here. Especially because some of you may have this understanding that passion is not the same as love, right? If this is in a love situation. And you may actually also be making that distinction here. If you find that someone here shows up as though they are very undependable in your life, then you're saying no to offers, because passion isn't everything here. And that could be in love, it can be in work. That's why I got contract and connection here. It definitely can be work here, absolutely. But if this is in love, it's probably something to do with how to get to know someone, right? All in all, it's basically a matter here about building something up together. And that's also relationships. But the thing is, I feel as though doors are opening up here to you. And there may be an opportunity available to you where you don't really feel the strong passion. That passion may show up in time. It's just a matter here about giving it time, basically. Some of you may have walked away from a conflict very recently, or a situation where you felt there was no winner here, and that may have been that may be that wisdom, that learned experience that makes you look at the world in a particular way for the time being. Oh thank God, I remembered the timestamp. Let's see what we have for Gemini now. Going on to the Gemini. 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 And that was the Fool underneath on my head. Sorry. Just had a shower and my hair is always fluffy, something like after that. Anyway, Gemini, you have fair woman. Dealings or relationships with a woman with white or fair hair, blonde, whatever. It's a woman. Could be an older lady, right? We have an owl. Speaking of wisdom here, good advice from a wise person. I've been talking wisdom for the past 2 signs now. What is going on with the wisdom? And we have a tree. Affairs with your family. We have a dragon. Beware of self-delusion. Fool, the 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, and the Justice, and 3 of Pentacles underneath there. Fair woman, dealings with a woman. She could be, well, with the dragon here, she could be new, she could be younger, old, it doesn't matter. The situation is basically, this week here, there's going to be a woman who's going to have some sort of an importance. She could be new, meaning the energy that she brings with her is new in your life. Friend, family, lover, whatever. The thing is, why is that? She's new. The energy she brings with her is new. God damn it. Oh, sorry. It's because this is, I wanted to say, it could be a family member. Could it be? No, because, but your family is definitely involved in it. I'm not going to say it's not going to be your family. You talking with a family member who may be a woman talking about going into a new direction. But I'm also getting here that of talking with your family about this woman. Going, whatever the new energy that's brought to the table here with this woman, whether or not to take that. And that would probably be within the family or someone. I mean, if this is in a work situation, it's definitely, if you work in a big corporation, it could be someone giving you advice from there, but it most likely could be within your family. It's basically an advice here about how to set your goals to attract the big abundance that you want into your life. Then for some of you, this is basically, you know, talking about going into a new beginning where that could bring massive abundance in the future here. And someone is advising you who has that experience, right? And that could be within the family here. If someone here comes within your family and wants to kind of give you unsolicited advice, I see you being a little bit tired of that. Some of you may not like being given unsolicited advice. Who does, right? But yeah, I do. Especially if this is your mum trying to tell you here something. For some of you Geminis, I do see probably a little bit of a conflict within the family where family member here is trying to advise you on your stability, and you may not believe, or you may not want to take their advice because you believe that you know what's best for you. That's where we then come up with this beware of self-delusion with the Justice here, meaning that sometimes the people, we may know ourselves very, very good, but sometimes there are actually people who dear to us, right? Not people who manipulate us, but typically parents, good parents, right? Or good friends, people who, quality people I call them. Sometimes they can actually give us good advice because they see the blind sides that we don't see about ourselves. But it's also typical, especially if it comes from parents, that we push them away saying, you don't tell me what to do. It's basically the battle there between taking advice, being open to receiving constructive criticism, while also remaining one's own independence, right? Typical teenage dynamic, but it also plays out in adulthood, right? I mean, plays out all the time. And it's typically parents, sorry. Speaking of parents. Speaking of parents, yeah. Anyway, that's basically what I see here, right? For those of you Geminis who are dating a woman here, there may be a very strong passion. But the woman may put you on hold. Right? And something toxic here putting you on the back burner here. And someone may trying to give you an advice regarding this woman. And you're like, no, I want this woman. I want to say she could be toxic. No, that was not what I wanted to say. I say she could be a Capricorn because the devil showed up. But no, that's just, it's putting people on hold and not making them a priority. It's not always good. I mean, women do it too, right? Anyway, what do we then have for Cancerians? Cancer, Temperance, 21. Alright, there. What do we have for you for the coming 14th to 20th? We have a tent. It's a temporary situation. Putting a tent up in the backyard there? No. And we have an ear. Good news. That's always nice, right? We have a vase, a secret admirer. We have a broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to your problems. Temperance, King of Swords, Empress, and the Ace of Swords. Temporary situation that you may have to wait around here. You have to be patient. If you have to be patient, it's just temporarily here, right? And keynote to the entire thing is here is to stay balanced, to stay grounded. Why do I get Sagittarius season for you? I mean, temporary situation until Sagittarius season, that's not temporary, that's too long. No, anyway, that's not saying it. But anyway, this is big key of it is to stay patient. You will probably be hearing some good news from someone very smart, very intelligent. And, well, for most of you, this is basically you receiving some sort of a information here regarding probably that you have someone who likes you more than they express. Yeah. Some of you may have a connection here with someone who's a little bit of a trickster sometimes. If you have someone here who gets into your head and they don't communicate with you properly, you may be getting some good news or some sort of a sign here. It feels it's like you listen to what they say. Probably also what they don't say. They may show very rational, very... I don't talk with my emotions, I talk with my mind, my logic. But I feel you have a secret admirer deep inside. There's emotions here. They are there. They are... Yeah, that's it. But some of you may be dealing with someone who's not willing to open up about it. Right? And the unsuccessful outcome to a problem is basically because there's a misunderstanding here. And the misunderstanding has something to do with the way that the communication takes place here. Someone here cares about the person, someone who is a secret admirer, your secret admirer here. Whoever that is. I mean, secret admirer, it could also be someone you know who just expressing fully how they actually feel about a situation. They are using their logic as opposed to also using their emotions in the way that they express things to you. This is temporary, right? This is temporary. Well, my dear Lord, if this is going to go on until Sagittarius season, then That's not temporary, that's a long time. Personal opinion, of course. But time is relative. I'm not going to go into that, but maybe something will happen around August. Oh, dear Lord, that's a long... Anyway. It's just... You know what? Sorry. Patient being here. You're patient. Whatever this is about, when things go wrong, it's because there's a misunderstanding, because people are not speaking clearly. Wow. They're using too much logic as opposed to also being in their emotions when they speak about something. But overall it's good, and I feel as though you have this sweet inner smile this week because you know someone feels something for you that they are not actually expressing fully. And it's not in that way that I don't like it, when people are telling people how they are feeling. I know how you feel about me, you're just too insecure to express it. It's not like that, because that's when because sometimes people do that and they're doing it as a, I don't know, it's illusion, right? It's people who say, but I know they like me, and they want me to pull tarot cards for them to confirm that the person that they have a crush on, that they like them. And sometimes it's just no, it's a no, but they are certain that the other person likes them. It's not like that. It's nothing like that. This is more of a, you can say that you date someone and they just tend to be far more rational, and then they try to put on a mask, basically, right? And you know because you know them, like you actually know them, and they do. You still have contact with them, right? You're still in contact with them, and you just know that it's just how they are. But you're patient. Anyway, let's see. Apparently that was the message there. It's just because, well, I can't. Anyway, I can't control that. We have now on to, for God's sake, let's move on to Leo. Show me Leo. Leo. I have to write down the timestamps. You have the star. I was just going on about, it's such a lovely weather outside. Such a lovely weather. I'm doing a reading while it's Sunday and the sun is up, so lovely. Normally I have time to do these readings when the sun has already set. Let's see, what do we have for Leo? We have a kite. Vacation. Lucky you. We have a tank card. How do you pronounce that? Tank card? It's a tank art? Tank art? I don't forget it. Celebration, fun and enjoyment. Learning how to pronounce it. We have a vase, a secret admirer. And we have an ant. Work, achievement and success. This is basically taking a pause. Taking a pause, relaxing the mind, probably even relaxing the body as well. These two goes together. That's one of the reasons why we take vacations, why we need to take vacation from work, like take holiday, to take time off work, is actually we become better workers. We are better performers when we are relaxed. It's actually you actually don't get good results by stressing up or having stressed employees, because they can't. The mind or the body as well, it goes into this fixed mode where it's just, anyway, it's just not good, right? It can have an effect on teamwork and have an effect on good ideas and everything. So vacation here, it's about taking a pause and feeling relaxed. It's a beautiful thing. It's just relaxed. Maybe that was also the emotion I was getting when shuffling here. And there we had that sun there, right? Bear with me in this reading. Sorry if I'm rumbling on here. I just feel as though you're relaxed here. And that relaxation can also basically come from, well, there's something here you have to look forward to. Meaning that some of you may be planning a vacation or the summertime here. And it just gives peace, knowing that there's something good to look forward to here. We may even be talking about wish fulfillment here. This is almost like being able to see something that can grow into something beautiful. Maybe around summertime here. See there? Ooh, these two cards together. These two cards together. For me as a person, when I do readings for myself, these two show up in a personal meaning. This is balance. There's a significance between these two energies together when it comes to birth cards and something like that. Empress and the World, it's this is the ability to create, to have flow, have abundance, to give freely, but at the same time putting around boundaries around yourself so that you're not taken for granted. It's also the dynamic of being able to create something, to have creative flow, and putting structure around it, right? So for instance, let's say you are a writer. It's about the ability to to dive down deep here and find the story, and then actually putting structure around it by putting it into words and putting it into, writing with a structure. Not something I have here right now. Anyway, I don't know what this is about. So fun, celebration, just a good energy for you. A secret admirer with a heartbreak? What on earth is going on with that? I don't know if this is a person external to you. I don't know who the secret admirer. You may have a secret admirer here who has a broken heart. Maybe they have lost you. Or, yeah. Some of you may have someone here who may want to reach out to you, but they're not doing it. It may put them in a little bit of a stressed mode. And for others of you, this is, if any of you do, if you are on the other situation here where you have had a crush on someone and you haven't spoken up about it, then it's actually releasing a lot of that energy here. Overall energy is basically a matter here about having your eyes set on something. Having your eyes set on something here, and then working your way towards success in a slow manner. But being very patient because you see the potential of how something here can grow. Someone here may be attached to you who brings hurt energy to the table. I can't really dive into whether or not it's because of you or if it's because they just have that sadness here. But some of you, yeah, you could definitely be heartbreakers, and that's that. That's not fun. But let's say you have been in a stressful relationship, and then you decided, like here, to say, I love you, but I love myself too, and this has got to stop. Right? There are actually beautiful songs out there about these sorts of energies. I recommend Alex Vargas' Shackled Up. You can also, Ben Howard has a few songs about something like this. But it's basically about, being in relationships where it's not because people are bad people, but if the relationship doesn't work and it becomes stressful, then it's okay to say no and get out of that relationship. But of course there will be people who are then hurt along the process, but getting out of that then brings this release, and then finding strength almost in seeing the positive that can come out of this along the way when this is done. I don't know if this may be relevant for some people, but yeah, your week conclusion for this week here, it's basically about being relaxed, seeing the good in something here, having fun and enjoyment. Some of you may develop a crush, or someone here has a crush on you. In that case, work affairs, look out for work affairs, by the way. But relaxed energy, good week. Nothing massive major. Yeah, someone here may look at you and say, ooh, you look good. But of course you do. Of course you do. Some of you will probably get complimented at work. And that's good for you. Who doesn't like that? Virgo. I forgot how chaotic these can sometimes be. Show me Virgo. Virgo. That was straight on. 37-0. King of Swords. Alright, yes. I will get started. We have an axe. Forces are working against you. No. We have a candle. You will be shown the way. Purse. Pay attention to your finances. A wall. Misunderstanding. Oh shit. Oh no, that's positive. It's absolutely positive. Forces are working against you with the King of Swords, good Empress, Queen of Cups, and the Magician. I feel, and then the Nine of Cups here. There's a misunderstanding taking place here, clearly. Misunderstanding taking place, and it has something to do with you may be dealing with someone here who has a tendency to see the world in black and white. They are not capable of seeing the grey areas. That's the wall of misunderstanding. When we are not able to deal with diversity, when we are not able to embrace differences in each other, or just embrace different opinions, it is basically embracing diversity. That is what diversity is about. Diversity is the acceptance of differences. In people, in opinions, in culture, yeah. When we have black and white thinking here, right? It's very yes, no, right, wrong. That's when we have this, when people think in that way, they are incapable of actually building bridges, building understandings, having compassion, because then it tends to turn into this, I'm right, you're wrong. I can either exclude you, or you have to change so you can come into the right side here because you're wrong. As opposed to saying, you know what, that's your opinion. Agree to disagree, right? Big Lebowski attitude there. It's like, you know what, dude, that's your opinion. Anyway, forces are working against you. In that case, I hope you're not dealing with someone here who's just very harsh also in the way that they communicate. It could be in a leadership position here. Or they may believe that they are. Could be in work here. Be mindful that you're not dealing with someone here who doesn't see what you bring to the table. Because I hope not you're going to be faced with someone here who has a tendency to run over other people in the pursuit of their own ambitions. Be they in career, tends to be in career, these sort of things, right? But it can, it can tend to be like having that person who wants you to do something in a particular way, and then they don't give you the directions on how to do it. Bad bosses, basically. Or someone here who just doesn't understand what it is that you, what you do, what you bring. You will be shown the way. And pay attention to. I feel as though there's a woman here who's a good one. I feel as though there's actually someone here who has a lot of compassion, Empress here. And if you just, this is not a person that shows up outside of you, then it's about, listening to yourself, remembering the energy that of someone you may have known along the way who has a lot of warmth and helps you find meaningful almost. But they kind of have this ability to light the light. If you find yourself standing in chaos here and you don't know which direction to go, then this is someone here who has a tendency to point towards the right way. And in this case, it tends to be, maybe you should pay attention to your finances. Yes, but I also get it's about, paying attention to your well-being, your emotional well-being. Maybe something about the summertime. Maybe some of you are wondering here about your finances. I hope you're not going to stay in a situation because of finances. Stay in a situation that may not be beneficial for you because of finances. In that case, this tends probably an advice that has to do with, yes, your finances are important, security is important, but so is your well-being, and something around summertime here. I don't know. Anyway. You know what? At the same time, this is like a situation where someone may have got the person here who's that the negative energy here. This is probably also a person who is actually very sweet, meaning that maybe they have been pressured in a way where they go into this black and white thinking, meaning that I actually see that there's a potential here of this solving itself, coming together again, probably with the influence by others as well, where people are brought together in this diplomacy way here, right? Where it comes into the light that in the end, it was all a matter of a misunderstanding. It's like someone here could have been misunderstood. And they were misunderstood because the person who misunderstood them wasn't this black and white thinking here, right? Thinking they knew everything, and they didn't see the diversity. They didn't see the other side of the story. Someone here may be going on about a decision being focused too much on them, again, about finances here, but I really get here, yes, one thing is about making decisions based upon what is good for your financial situation, but also remember that we gotta embrace each other, ourselves and each other, and we gotta be mindful we don't stress each other out. Alright, I don't know what this is about. There we have that Three of Swords. Let's see what we have for Libra. Dum da dum. Dum da dum. Ba. Do 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 do. What do we have for the Libra? Definitely bomb. da, 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 da. I need a new haircut. Libra. Libra. Forgot the timestamp there. Magician. Underneath we have a bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. Building bridges. This is an interesting way, because I was just talking about what happens when we are incapable of building bridges in the Virgo reading. Coins, moin, yes, money will be coming towards you. Moin, moin. A ladder climbing towards success. We have a caterpillar. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. You are basically manifesting something good for yourself here. Magician, Fool, King of Pentacles, and the Justice. Again, the holiday energy here. Whatever the way, this is a matter here about, you having all the tools that are needed for you to manifest something your way. Meaning basically building the bridges into your future. There may be a few clouds in the way here this week, but they are temporary, and they are, be mindful, they're just clouds, right? So it's not a storm. If you remember clouds, you can just push them away a little, like blow a little bit, and you can see the sun again here. So they're just temporary hurdles. Nothing big, nothing major. And whatever it is that you're doing, money is actually going to come your way here. Probably something new. Yeah, new money. New money is coming your way. Not old money, new money. So, Libra, that is kind of good here. Yeah, some of you may actually be in a situation where you may not see the money coming your way, and that's why you're doing your best here to try and find a solution to it, to probably some sort of financial situation, and you are climbing your way to success. Now, there may be a person here involved who brings good business advice to you, right? Or just good advice. Someone here who has experience. They have worked their way up to the position they sit in. That's the King of Pentacles. He has worked his way up into this position. He's smart. He's grounded. He's stable. So if he gives advice, it's good, right? And things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Karma is on your side, or something like that. This is your energy here. Some of you are actually blossoming into becoming who, I want to say meant to be. That sounds very esoteric. That sounds very idealistic, but the thing is, as I said before, there may be small hurdles here along the path. The key here, or the advice, would be that patience first and foremost, but also remembering that they are temporary, as long as you keep your eyes on the goal, whatever that goal is. And then you continue to pursue it. You have 3 major arcanas here, right? Remember to pursue it and see things in ways that are balanced. See situations objectively, meaning not to be having a clouded judgment, like those clouds here, right? Those clouds that are on this ladder here. Don't let those cloud your judgment, so that you, for instance, are not transparent in what you do, because that will come back to haunt you. Be transparent, be honest, have integrity, and then things will come your way here. So meaning that whatever it is that you're trying, whatever it is that you have your eyes set on, be it money, it may not come like a big cash of money here this week. I mean, for some of you, maybe you could be getting some, I don't know, paychecks or something like that. But there's more to come when it is that you're straight about what it is that you want, and that you treat yourself fairly and you treat other people fairly as well. That's also with the Justice. There may be some discussions about whether or not there's a fair distribution of resources, equal give and take basically. It could be time, could be money. About so that you can plan in ways that are basis, so that you plan in ways where the people who do the planning, like you, or that the resources that are needed to do the planning here, right? Probably money or the skills are adequate. But anyway, that's what I get. These readings here, sometimes they are about love, and most of the time they are about everyday situations, be they work, be they going to the bank or something like that. Now let's see what we have for Scorpio. Oh, Scorpio. Scorpio. Oh, Scorpio. Where art thou, Scorpio? Scorpio. Alright, High Priestess. That's so interesting. It's about like there's something, you know, that when you're placed in a situation where people ask you a question and you don't wanna give them an answer because it's private. That's the first thing I got here. Chain of events that will affect your life. Events around the world. Discord among friends and family. Someone working against your back, the rat here. Someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. Chain of events that will affect your life. Discord among friends and family. Someone working behind your back. Someone is stubborn, unwilling to change. The first thing that comes to mind is the entire world situation, because that's what the chain represents. High Priestess, 8 of Swords, 7 of Wands, and the Magician here, and what is this? Sorry, the Chariot. Let me get into it. Right, so there's a situation here. You decide what it's about, but it's basically something that goes on in the world around you, right? And it's affecting you, and I feel as though that you may not be speaking about it. Maybe there's a situation that affects you in a way that you may not even be fully aware of yourself, meaning that maybe you have situations where you respond in a way where if I were to ask you why are you responding in that way, you couldn't tell me, because it's like instinctively you're doing it. And it requires a lot of awareness to dive into why this is happening. For most of you, I feel as though you do know it. If you really were to look deep, you would know it. The situation is a discord among friends or family here. I don't know if this is someone that you know of who have placed themselves into a situation where they are stuck. I don't know if this is, I don't really feel as though it's you. I feel as though it's a person that you may be seeing, people, whatever, who's in this position where they it's like they're not really seeing that they have the tools needed to get out of a stuck situation themselves. Of course, it could be you, but in all cases, I'm seeing someone here who's a trickster. Someone here has a deep-rooted insecurity. I don't know if this is you. Probably you witness to it around here, so that it's affecting you in a way, or you're not talking about it. So let me just tell you about the situation, about the trickster here. The trickster is someone who's stubborn. They will not change. They lie. They speak behind people's back. It could be a bully. They won't move. If someone were to ask them, can you try and do things differently? They are saying no. They won't do it differently. So they believe people are out to get them. And the response, the way that they respond to perceived threats is by going behind other people's back and doing things that puts them into this situation where they are stuck here. And that brings this negative energy. It's like typical bully energy, right? Where someone here lets their insecurity affect other people. The way that a perceived threat becomes something bigger. And they start throwing themselves into defending mechanisms that kind of put other people in harm's way. And it's affecting you. Of course, I gotta be honest with you. I'm not gonna start spread panic here, but just be mindful that, let's say you see these energies are present. This show are present in some way or another in the Scorpion energy. This level of insecurity. Be mindful that if you have such a person in your environment, that they don't let their insecurity put you in harm's way in a way, right? That would probably be in regards to your work here. If you are like a creative person, or you have something here, if you, let's say you're a creative person, just be mindful about how you share of your ideas, also your emotions, so to say. I hate these sort of people here. I'm sorry, because this is what can you do? What can you do? Depending on how these people, how they manage to trick other people, they can actually put people, as I said, in harm's way, depending on how much power they have. They can. This is how people are forced into silence, so to say. forced to not share their ideas, forced to do things secretly. Because if they are found out by these sort of people here, they will go for them, right? And I hate this. Things should be transparent. Things should be in the open. We should feel safe enough to share ourselves as we are. We should be able to express our emotions without being targeted. We should be able to speak freely, to create freely. Because this is a violation of freedom, basically. And these can play out in many different ways. They can play out on a bigger scale, like in your society. They can play out in your work office. They can play out in your friendships. They can play out in your family. What else? A period of it. No, what else? Alright, this week here you may find yourself being a little tense here, but a person here may advise you on how to start up something new here that would create peace and harmony. Oh God, I always wanted to say, if people start giving you advice here, I don't know, if this was me, I would probably try and test them in a way, not negatively, but to see if they are reliable. Does that make sense? To see if it's actually an honest and transparent advice that they are giving to you, that they are not doing it with having some sort of a motivation behind it to push a decision in a particular, or push you to make decisions in a particular way that benefits them. Let's move on there. But that's what I got there for you, Scorpio. Let's move on to Sagittarius. Ow, 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 ow. Saggy. Sagittarius. Alright. Saggy. Always forget the stamps when I get over here. Alright, let's see. What do we have for you, Saggy? We have, you should accept valid criticism, especially in terms of planning. Shows up with the Two of Wands here. We have a well, family wishes coming true. We have a hand in need of help, assurance, or guidance. Oh, you're not gonna like these. And we have moon, changes in your life. All right, just to begin here, keep an open mind when we go into this, Saggy. You may get a little annoyed because it is valid criticism. And what is that? It's allowing yourself to redefine the way that you think about the world and yourself. Valid criticism is someone here who all right, let's say that it's let's say that you handed in an assignment or something in school. Then it would be the teacher who actually knows something and who gives a judgment on it, who's providing a valid criticism, which is saying, you did this good, this could be better, and I suggest you do it, you go in this direction, right? That's how it works. People who are not I think that people who are used to being A students all along the way have never accepted or received valid criticism, and that can make them a little bit annoying because they think they know everything. It's just a hypothesis here, right? They think they know everything, and matter of fact, we don't know everything. And let's say, for instance, I may be very smart in what field I know, or what I am work within, or what I know. But ask me about something I don't have any experience with. I will never ever pretend to know anything there. For instance, like ask me about doctoring, I would know shit. Ask me to put together a big, I don't know. Alright, ask me to build a house. I would also ask an expert, something like that. Anyway, 2 of Wands, 3 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups. This has to do with the planning, right? It is this valid criticism about the way that you're moving forward, the way that you see the world, the way that you want to go. Someone here may be trying to adjust a little bit there. If you find yourself this week here feeling a little overwhelmed, like you're having a lot thrown at you here, there's something you really want here. I feel as though there's something there's a wish that you are hoping to bring into life within your family here. But the planning, the steps that you want to take towards getting there, you may find yourself feeling a little bit out of balance because there's a lot of things that you have to manage at the same time. That's where, if someone here comes your way and they have some sort of a valid criticism here, accept it, listen to it, and make sure, of course, that it is valid, right? Make sure that it's not someone here who's trying to manipulate me. I don't really get that. I've got to be honest with you, I don't get it. What I am getting to begin with here was this initial reluctance to listen to other people's opinions, because it's typical that of maybe you prefer that the idea came from you to begin with. I know a lot of women, gotta be honest with you, who have mastered the art of making their men believe that it's their own idea when they want to, I don't know, get something. But that was the generations, we're talking about many generations above me here, where, there was a different dynamic at place there. But it is, just a way of saying it here. Maybe you have that, you would like that it was you who got the idea to begin with, as opposed to someone here directing you. And that was where I was trying to get, be open here. But when it comes to it, I feel that emotionally you may actually be moving towards something that really brings happiness within your life. I feel as though you may not see it initially here, but inside here, I feel as though you are emotionally disconnecting because you're seeking something bigger, and that is actually a very supportive energy in this, because that makes you open. This is this eternal change that I get within you. It's feeling okay to be open, actually. And actually probably also feeling okay with asking other people for help. Knowing that we can't be perfect all the time. We can't do everything by ourselves. But it's almost like it's like, I don't know if this has been a battle within you, or it is a battle within you still. Depends on where you are on the scale, right? But so yeah, family wishes coming true there. Yeah. Is there something here that you really, really want, and you may be using your cleverness here to get it your way? Where you, yeah, there's something, yeah, this is, there's something here that you want, something sort of a new beginning, and you want someone here to work with you. And you may believe that you have all the answers on how to make it work, but someone here may be trying to help you, saying maybe you should try to do things differently. And you're like, no, I know exactly what to do here. But then again, be open-minded. That's what I got there for you. Moving on to the Capricorn. Moving on to Capricorn. Cappy. So Cappy, we have 4 of Wands underneath there. Let's see what we have for you in the tea leaves. What do we have for the Capricorn? Basket, recognition and reward for merit. We have great good fortune, 4-leaf clover. We have an elephant. A long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. Oh, dear Lord. Keep your life in balance. The scales, 4 of Wands. Dear Lord, this is like graduation. 4 1, 10 of Swords, King of Cups, and the 7 of Swords, and the World. Okay, buckle up, buckle up. Let's get to it. I feel like, you know, what do we call that person who stands there and speaks when young people are graduating? From Scandinavia, we don't have, well, we do have that big, we do have some sort of a celebration when we graduate, but not like I've seen in the movies of the Americas. Things are a little different. Our principal had to tell us to behave. Somewhat drunk. So anyway, recognition, reward for merit, 4 of Wands. This is this is finding yourself with people who see what it is that you do, acknowledge it, and it's homecoming. Yeah, it's like, you know, like the graduation. You're like, here, good for you. Great good fortune comes with a 4-leaf clover. It's like you may have stumbled into something here, but it does come following some sort of a. Yeah, this is a painful situation. I do not like seeing the 10 of Swords, because this person did not put those swords there by themselves, right? This comes following forms of betrayal, having stressed, having had headaches, having been stuck in your head, there being misunderstandings taking place. This is what goes before the Ten of Swords, right? So this is basically being recognized. And that is the sun. Normally, now there's gold here, right? But normally, let's talk about gold, Capricorn there. That's the reward. No, normally there's like a sun rising up here. So the energy about the good fortune is basically coming out of this. Coming into a new understanding. A long journey will leave you either physical, a long journey, physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. Some of you have gone through this journey. Some of you are about to go on it. What is the journey? Let me tell you about the journey. It's emotional intelligence. What is that? Emotional intelligence is being intelligent about your emotions. Nailed it. No, it's basically knowing what's going on inside of you, probably also in other people, but in a way where it's in a way where you are listening to what other people are telling you about how they are feeling, and you're acknowledging it, you're validating it. You're not projecting your own emotions onto people, because that's not emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is actually that of not projecting, transferring, or whatever the hell it's called. But for most of it, I actually get that this is having a nice control on yourself. That's having wisdom, being balanced in your emotion. And dang, for some of you, this is, as just gonna say it, this is you hitting the jackpot and managing to get a nice summer house by a beach house for your summer holiday, right? For some of you, this is that simple event. Be honest, be mindful that you're doing it in an honest way. But for others of you, this is this, you hitting the jackpot because you have, you have this understanding of how to relate to one particular person. I feel as though there may be a person here who you could have had a history with this person, and you connect emotionally actually here. I don't know if this is the same person that you have had this negative experience with. And then there's keep your life in balance, and this bastard shows up. I mean, this is probably the best depiction of the Seven of Swords, but one of them, because this is exactly how the Seven of Swords shows up. You see that sneaky bastard energy. Keep your life in balance. Be honest. Be honest about your emotions here. See, that's the thing here, right? Some of you may have managed to gain a good understanding of emotions, or your of yourself. I wanted to say, of other people as well. Be mindful that you are actually honest with yourself, that you are not just rationalizing your emotions, you are also feeling them. Be honest about that. And there may, by the way, for some of you, you may have a person attached to you who's a sneaky fox, who's pursuing you. They want you. I'm not really feeling the love there, gotta be honest with you. And there I'm seeing, this would be sneaky in the way that I see you speaking about there being forms of commitment, and someone here is more focused on the passion. That situation is, by the way, if you have a person like that and they come towards you and they bring this conflict where you feel as though you can't really win in this, they keep you stressed up at night, whether it's the person who shows up physically or it's just the thought of this coming back to you, then pull back on this wisdom that you have and remember that this is done, right? Because that's the energy that lies in the past here. See? This is underneath the deck, the world and the Two of Swords. This is having opportunities available to you. Some of you may not actually know which what to think of these opportunities if it is that you have something stuck on you from the past. Be it an emotional attachment to a situation, or be it a bloody person who shows up like that sneaky fox there. For some of you, yeah, cannot stress enough, it's the same, it's a person from the past. But for some of you, it's the memory of it. But it's so distant here. That's the past. It's the journey that has left you smarter and wiser. And the key here is being recognized and having success. And you are now graduating. Good for you. Congratulations there. Graduating, you know that saying. Done. You're done with this. There are new opportunities for you out there. Graduating, handing in an assignment could also be that, right? Saying done. It's just closing one chapter, opening a new one. Like saying, I am going on holiday. I got that house there. Got that house. Yeah, for some of you it's a house, probably. Beach house. No, let's see what we have for Aquarius. Aquarius. Alright, and that was the Seven of Cups, by the way. What do we have for the Aquarius? We have family matters. Yes, family matters. But I hope you're not carrying them all on your back. We have it's time to act. We have coins. Money will be coming your way. And we have a camel. Persevere and you will overcome problems. Family matters. Seven of Cups. Four of Cups. Three of Wands, but the money is coming towards you. And the Three of... No, that's the, I want to say Three of Pentacles. No, it's the Hierophant. And then we have the Ten of Wands underneath the deck, but it's in the reverse. That's so interesting. Didn't I say that I hope you're not carrying them all on your back? You're not. You're letting it go. You're letting the burdens go so that there's more space for you here to make better investments here. Releasing the burden almost. But yeah, at the same time, you probably have a good understanding of the responsibility that comes from being part of a family, being part of a community. I feel as though you have a good understanding of the bigger picture. Why do I always get that Aquarius is so often misunderstood and taken for granted? This is the Aquarius I used to connect with, but I don't know if you showed up in the other readings as well, but this is a particular Aquarius energy that I notice, I read for this energy before, is the typical one of being taken for granted sometimes, or people don't really understanding, first and foremost, the kindness that's in you and the intelligence. But for family matters here, when it comes to you, the 7 of Cups, your creative little soul. That's what I get. There's a creativity here within you. But at the same time, I don't know if you also, I don't want to say that you're suppressing your creativity, because you have to be part of, you have this understanding that maybe you have responsibilities that you need to live up to here. But I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, gotta be honest with you. I don't really see it as being that negative here. It's more of there's a part of you that people don't know. Or maybe they would if they were to just be open to seeing you in a different way here. But there's a creativity here, right? It's almost like you're also using this creativity here to bring people together here, but at the same time you're doing it in a way where you may be making yourself more invisible. Do you know what I mean? Meaning that you're like a spin doctor, where people don't really know that you're behind it, right? It's in a positive way, meaning that you're the glue that keeps things together. It's time to act. See, that's the thing when I was talking about this creativity here, where you may have options available to you here right now, what places to go. Be mindful that you see them realistically, and that's what I'm getting here with you. That's where it's almost like this responsibility that you may have to your family, or to the people who are important to you, that brings a groundedness to you, almost, where you're then deciding here to say no to offers that are not realistic, meaning that they may look good, but you don't look at the world with rose-tinted glasses. You care, you're authentic, but you're also realistic. There's a perfect balance here. And gotta be honest with you, it's the money. You're looking for, I feel so, you are making decisions that are rooted in a sense of security. And it's coming your way. You may be getting, for some of you, you're getting a message this week here saying, money, by the way, is gonna come back. I don't know, it's a tax return or something. And anyway, persevere and you will overcome problems. That's what I actually get that you have within you. You are a little camel here. The camel is an animal that walks in the desert, and the desert is a very, very dry place, by the way. But the camel here, all right, let's think of it as cups being emotions, right? Creativity, and sand, desert being dryness. There's not a creativity, and it's like people who work in the desert, they don't have love. Just a symbolic language here, right? But if you think of it, this camel has a big pocket of water, a big pocket of love. When I say you are the camel, is that almost misunderstood creature that you may sometimes, people may misunderstood you, right? Meaning that see you as someone who don't have emotions, cold and as fuck. Deep inside, there's a lot of emotions, a lot of creativity. You just grounded in a way. And I also get that you would actually kind of like to try and do things differently, but you also know how to live within the box. And living within the box is the sense of responsibility that I get here for you. It's actually a very nice energy, very balanced energy that I get for you. Having opportunities available to you this week here, making a choice. You maybe have to act on something, and the way that you're acting, the way that you're making a decision to act, is by being focused on the responsibilities that you have, and that money is going to come your way. And then you're just going to persevere. You're going to be patient. Nailed it, Aquarius. Nailed it. No one's gonna throw you out of it. It's a strength. Alright, moving on to Pisces. Pisces. That was on the mark there. Queen of Pentacles. Alrighty then, let's see what we have for you, Pisces. A man with dark hair. Stepping into a new experience and starting to give compliments. I don't know, let's see. Dealings with relationships with a woman. Alright, this is a man and a woman. Doesn't have to be romance. An owl, advice from a wise person. A dark, advice from a friend. And we have a target, a goal-oriented person. This woman could be an earth sign. Sagittarius. Queen of Pentacles with this woman here. We gotta look into her. 8 of Cups. Devil. And Lion. Lion. Strength. 5 of Swords. You may be finding yourself in a situation here where do you know that when you can get into arguments with people and there's just no winning or losing in it? It may be a debate with a public institution, so to say, family, debates about moving, going on an adventure. I don't know, it could also be basically discussions about commitment where someone here wants more freedom. Anyway, this woman here, dealings or relationships with a woman. Pisces, this woman, which showed up as a man before. 2 people who are probably very similar, gotta be honest with you. Anyway, this woman here, I see a woman who may be giving you good advice. Could be a friend, right? A woman, maybe a little bit older. At least on a soul level. I get that she's very, very grounded. Very structured. Leo, Capricorn. No bullshitter, basically. This is someone who's very, very grounded. They are not, I mean, would they be called boring? Maybe. It's someone who they give good advice, and what is the advice is about emotionally disconnecting from something, basically. That's why I got the no bullshitter. It's someone who's very logical, see things as they are. Not someone who you bases decision on ideologies, you know. It's something about what you see is what you get, make a decision about it. They have a clean-cut method almost. And this is about walking away to a certain degree. It may actually be, yeah. I mean, for some of you, this is a friend who may be a Capricorn. Because advice with a friend comes with the devil here. A Leo and a Capricorn is what I get, who's maybe involved in this situation here. Anyway, this is they could have the energy. It's not the energies I'm getting here is Leo and Capricorn. They don't have to be in that. They have to be that sign. It's just the energies that I'm getting, and this combination brings determination to this person. It's someone advised they give you good advice, which is basically to stand in your raw power, to embrace yourself for who you are. If any of you are in a position where it is that you have disagreements with your family, or you have disagreements with people who try to make you fit into a particular way of being, this friend here may actually be advising you to stand in your raw power. And what the devil here represents, people don't know this, but not a lot of people know this about the devil. When it comes with, that's why it comes with Capricorn energy, is an understanding of being aware that sometimes we are just bound to shitty situations. Like, for instance, let's say that you are in, like, we are born into a particular family, we are bound to that family. We may be bound to a particular job. We have to stick through it, sort of to like bring some security before we can move on or something like that. Is endurance, basically, knowing that you may be bound to a situation, but being in that situation without giving up on your principles. And it's also about laughing at power, which is, let's say that someone here tries to come your way and try and manipulate you into believing things or the world to be in a particular way. Someone who's very grounded and they know themselves. And who has the endurance and who has the balls, I want to say, to just say, you know what? You can't mess with my mind, basically. That's also raw power of laughing at power. Well, probably the advice, I would never advise you to laugh, right? Don't become arrogant or if that's, but it's basically that of being in a situation that's fucked up, hearing what people are trying to tell you, you know, sitting there and taking on bullshitty opinion, right? People trying to tell you who you are and they don't know you. But you have a vision, you have a goal you want to go in, so you kind of, I want to say pull together, you stay in it, but you also distance yourself, you know, you don't give your emotional well-being to such a situation, you disconnect from it. Saying, I'm here with a purpose, and that is to pay my bills or to get me in a certain direction. I'm not going to alter you're going to stand in your raw power and not alter yourself. That's the groundedness, and I get that this is that kind of person, and they may be giving you that sort of an advice, and it may have to do with just, you know, you embracing who the hell you are, who you are, when faced with a situation in a family dynamic, or just by people trying to put you into a bloody box, saying, you know what, you don't belong in a box. You can fake the box, so to say, but yeah. And it's also, you know, this, when you have this connection with yourself, it also makes it easier not to become insecure, you know. It's also because there's also a difference between embracing yourself for who you are and then building up high walls where people can't really get to you and you become arrogant, right? It's a fine balance. I mean, yeah, that's why because they can come off as arrogance, this sort of energy, but I'm not getting it as arrogance. I'm getting it as being grounded in who you are and not moving an inch if someone here tries to change you. You know? Arrogant, I'm not seeing it as arrogant, I'm actually seeing it as having a goal. No. When you set your goals, you know what it is that you want to go, You have your eyes on that goal. That's where the Capricorn comes in here, and you can't be deterred. You that's what you go for, right? The devil there, and the Leo energy here as well, right? And that is when you have your eyes on the goals, it makes you also capable of like accepting the phases you have to go through to get there. But the advice here is probably also to not become too emotionally dependent on something. So let's say the goal then changes, well then be flexible in it. I want to advise you again here. I don't know if you have a person in your life who be mindful here that especially you don't. There may also be a woman in your life. I don't know if there's too many men, women. All right, there may be a person in your life where there's actually also someone here who is doing that, where they're trying to alter someone's mind, speak into someone's abandonment issues in a way. Be mindful of that. Be very, very mindful. Yeah. Oh no. Be mindful, especially if there's a person here who may be very, very sexy. Would again be a woman. Scorpio, Libra, Virgo. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Pisces, Aries. It doesn't really matter anyway. If someone here is trying to get you, if you know what I mean, like date you, win your heart, be mindful that they don't do tricks. I don't know. And then that other person may come here and say, you know what, keep hold on yourself. People can't manipulate you when you stand strong on yourself. I don't know. That's now we go into the typical Pisces energy where I get, no, don't do this to me. I just got a very solid energy, and then why does it always go up and down here with you, right? It's such a fish. But you know what it is? What it is. You are who you are. I just like having it's been one way, but as I said, goals need to be flexible. And as long as you know what that goal is, even if it changes, then fine. Then the rest of us can get annoyed. It's about accepting each other. So that is what I have here for you, Pisces. I will see you next time. Take care, guys. Ciao.